You're standing in front of a farm that should be dead. The drought hit every field for miles, turned soil to dust, killed crops that needed daily watering. But this one patch, still green, growing food without a single drop added by hand. No hose, no sprinkler, no well in sight. The owner walked away from this land years ago, yet somehow it kept feeding itself. What you're about to learn isn't a myth or some lucky accident. It's a method farmers used long before pipes and pumps existed. Drop a comment and tell me where you're watching from today. A local rancher found it first, walking his property line after months of drought. He expected to see what everyone else was seeing: cracked dirt, dead stalks, nothing worth saving. Instead, he found rows of vegetables still pushing through the soil. Tomatoes, squash, beans climbing stakes that hadn't been touched in years. He checked for a water tank. Nothing. He checked for buried irrigation lines, the kind you'd run underground to feed roots quietly. Nothing there either. No well pump humming somewhere out of sight. No rain barrels catching runoff from a roof. Just soil, plants, and whatever had been done to that ground a long time ago. Word went out to a few people who knew the land's history, hoping someone could explain it. Nobody could, not right away. The farm had been abandoned for over a decade. Whoever planted these crops wasn't around to ask. All they had was the dirt itself, and dirt doesn't talk. But the soil told its own story if you knew what to look for. It wasn't just dry-tolerant dirt. It held moisture in a way regular farmland never does. Even days after the last rain anyone could remember. Something underneath was doing the work. Something built into the shape of the land, not bolted onto it. That's when the questions started piling up. Was this just luck? A strange patch of fertile ground sitting in the wrong place at the right time? Or was there a method behind it? Something deliberate? Something somebody once knew and the rest of us forgot? The answer was sitting right there in the soil, waiting to be uncovered. The answer came from an old soil survey, buried in a county archive nobody had touched in decades. It mentioned a technique used by farmers generations back, long before sprinkler systems and rural water lines made irrigation easy. They called it a rain garden, but not the decorative kind you see in suburban yards today. This was a working system, built to grow food without a single drop of added water. Picture this, simple in theory once you see it. Shape the land so rainfall doesn't run off. It sinks in and stays instead. Dig shallow basins in specific spots. Layer the soil with organic material that acts like a sponge. Plant in patterns that pull moisture sideways through the ground instead of straight down and away. Before we get into how this actually works, hit subscribe if you want more videos like this. Forgotten methods, real techniques, no fluff. It helps more than you'd think, and there's a lot more coming. Now back to the soil. The farm wasn't just lucky. Someone had built this on purpose, probably decades ago, using knowledge passed down before anyone needed a manual for it. The basins were still there, hidden under years of growth. The layering was still doing its job, holding water through droughts that wiped out farms with full irrigation systems running around the clock. It wasn't magic. It wasn't some hidden gardening secret either. It was physics and soil science, used the way people used it before pumps and pipes made it easy to ignore. And once you see how it actually works, you'll wonder why nobody taught you this sooner. Here's the mechanism, broken down simply. Rain hits the ground and most of it runs off fast, especially on packed or sloped soil. That water never reaches plant roots. It just disappears into a ditch somewhere, carrying topsoil with it. This old method stops that from happening in 3 specific ways. First, the shallow basins. Dug a few inches deep, spaced across the land, they catch rainfall before it can run anywhere. Instead of water racing downhill, it pools, slows down, and has time to soak in. No pump needed. Gravity and shape do the work. Second, the soil layering. Underneath the surface, the old farmers packed in organic matter, straw, compost, decomposed leaves. This stuff acts like a sponge, holding water in the ground long after the surface looks bone dry. Regular soil drains fast and dries out. Layered soil keeps moisture locked in for weeks, sometimes longer. Third, The planting pattern. Crops weren't placed randomly. Deep-rooted plants were positioned near the basins to pull water sideways and down, spreading moisture through the whole bed instead of letting it sit in one spot. This created a network underground, roots sharing water across the entire garden. Modern irrigation skips all of this. Pipes and sprinklers deliver water directly, so nobody bothers shaping the land or building soil that holds moisture on its own. It's faster, sure, but it's also expensive, and it stops working the second the water supply does. This method doesn't need a water supply. It needs rain, dirt, and a layout built with intention. That's the whole secret. Not complicated, just forgotten. This isn't just a story about one abandoned farm. Water shortages are hitting harder every year, and they're not slowing down. Wells are running dry in places that never used to worry about it. Irrigation costs keep climbing, and in a lot of areas, water restrictions are showing up where there used to be none. If your garden or farm depends entirely on a hose, a well, or a county water line, you're one bad season away from watching everything you planted die. That's not fear-mongering. That's just where things are heading in a lot of regions right now. The farms that'll struggle least are the ones that don't need constant water input to begin with. That's exactly what this old method gives you. It's not a backup plan. It's a different way of building the system from the ground up, so the land does most of the work on its own. You're not fighting drought every summer. You're working with rainfall you already get, just using it the way it was meant to be used. You don't need 10 acres to try this either. Basins and layered soil work on a backyard garden bed just as well as they worked on that abandoned farm. The principles scale up or down depending on what you've got. What stood out most about that forgotten property wasn't the lack of irrigation. It was the lack of effort. Once it was built right, the land kept itself alive without anyone watering it for years. That's the kind of system worth building before the next drought hits, not after. That farm didn't survive by luck. It survived because someone built the land to hold water on its own, decades before anyone needed to. If you want a garden that doesn't depend on a hose, start shaping your soil this season. Subscribe for more forgotten methods that actually work.